Last week when we were tilling our garden, we made the mistake of tilling the muddiest side of our garden and got the tiller entirely caked up with mud. So much so that it was useless. Glenn tried pressure washing it to get the mud out, but eventually he had to just slowly chip it out, very tediously, little by little. He eventually did get it out and got the garden re-tilled up again, but we've had rain since then and haven't been able to plant. But the sun is supposed to come out today and dry some of this up. So I'm hoping later on today I can get some stuff planted. What a beautiful day it is today. I am going to be planting my beans this afternoon, my kidney beans, possibly my green beans. Usually in the past, what we've done is grown our green beans up our corn stalks. But last year I had a problem with the green beans pulling the corn stalks over and breaking some of them. And that's probably just because I planted them pretty much at the same time and the green beans kind of outgrew the corn. So I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to grow them up the corn or not this year. I know this is going to be a little bit muddy out here, but it's supposed to rain again tomorrow, and I'd really like to go ahead and start getting some other things in the ground. It is a little bit muddy out here, but hopefully not too bad. I do think the soil consistency is a little better than it was last year, but it's still not great. Last year, what we ended up finally doing as far as planting our seeds is we got the little Kubota that has, oh, there's a little bug. We got the little Kubota that has a 3-foot span between the tires, and we ran that down to make our rows that we would actually plant in. So in other words, we were smashing the clay down so we could get the seed in the clay and then cover it up. Because part of the problem is if you have like these big chunks of clay, the little seed just falls down in there into no man's land, and who knows how deep it gets planted. It's not great, really. That was a fail. As soon as I got the Kubota down to where the dirt was a little thicker, it just hit mud down there and started sliding, so it's just too wet. Definitely not planting anything there right now. So I think what I'm gonna do instead is start working on planting some of my seedlings, like my flowers and things like that. Last year, I enjoyed the few flowers that I planted so much that I decided this year I wanted a lot more flowers in the garden. Ground is definitely a little drier now, but that also means with this clay that it's more rock hard on top at least. So, there's always this fine line with trying to plant in clay like this. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to get my cherry tomatoes. Don't you bark at my chicken. Be jealous, Katja. I got all of the cherry tomatoes and the eating tomatoes planted, and it's getting kind of late, but I still have a lot more I want to try to get done this evening. What's wrong? Oh, I'm gonna get these peppers planted next, and then see what kind of time I have then. Unfortunately, so far today, the planting experience in our clay soil has not been wonderful. For one thing, it's just really wet on the bottom, as I kind of talked about earlier, and it's just different parts of the garden are better or worse, and then up here, kind of where I've been planting, is just super clay. Like, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just pure clay, and it just makes it to where when you go to plant the plant, it's like you just have to like kind of mold it in there and smash it in there, and then it's wet. So I don't know, it's overall a very unpleasant experience. I just really look forward to the day that I have a garden that is nice and easy to plant in, because it's just not really that enjoyable, but it sure is nice when it's all done. And then that's all I'm gonna have time to get done today. I did get all of the cayenne peppers planted. I was hoping to get to the jalapenos as well, but I just don't have time today. And it's so super soppy muddy here that I'm probably better off waiting a little bit. And ideally waiting long enough to where we can come back through here, at least with the little tiller, if not the tractor tiller, because there's just some of these really large chunks and it's just not fun. But you know, you just have to work with what you got. One day, this soil is going to be freaking amazing. I just know it. That's what has to keep me going for now.